clients, you get paid to make videos. In doing this, you guys, doesn't take a magic skill. It doesn't take a special talent. It doesn't take a special ability. All we're doing is taking a proven, simple system and we're putting it into action. So as long as you guys want it bad enough and you're willing to do the work, this will work for you. And that's what was the biggest thing for me is I didn't want my wife to have to go and get a full-time job. That was my motivation and gave me that push to be able to do this and get it going. So as long as you guys are willing to work, you put this system into place, it will work for you. So step one is get the client. Step two, and what we're going to cover, is get the result. And step three, which is my most favorite, and this is really where it starts coming together, and this is the one step that I was really missing, and James helped me discover this, is the profit maximizer. This is key, the big thing when you want to just build a big business and get those big $2,000 checks. Step three is where all of that comes together. So I'm really excited for this, and I think, James, you want to cover the mental roadblocks that these people may face?
Yeah, because this is something that I think could be really new for a lot of people. Like, it's one thing to like make YouTube videos for yourself and you know, whatever, but now you're like, oh, I gotta make them for other people. So like all these things can start to pop up, especially if you've never done this before, and I want to make sure that Brandon addresses these things like, well, I hate selling, or I'm not very good at selling, I can't sell, I've never sold anything before. What if they say no? What if I get rejected? Blah, blah, blah. Or it could be like, well, I don't know how to make videos. That's a big one. People think they have to be a professional videographer to do this for local business owners. Like, I don't have a big fancy camera or a huge production crew or anything like that. Or I've never gotten these type of results before. How could I sell it to another business owner? We're going to cover all of this for you, so that none of this is an objection anymore. Or here's a big one. Things like, well, no one knows me. I have no list. I haven't been building an email list. I don't have a presence. I don't even have a website, let alone a YouTube channel. So I understand if these are some of the things that you're kind of thinking in the back of your head. What we're going to show you here today will destroy all of these. But I want to let Brandon kind of talk about this.
I'll jump back in here because I personally went through all of these same things. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm a huge introvert, just like James, even though if you see some of my YouTube videos, it probably don't look like it, but I am. I would rather stay in at night and watch a movie, and I get very uncomfortable in big groups of people, especially if I don't know them. Huge introvert, and I get scared out of my mind when I have to go into a business and I have to try to pitch them on something they don't even know exists yet. I mean, it's very, very hard, and that's really when I started changing things around. So I didn't have to really go in and sell. The same thing with the videos. You don't know how to make a video. It's very, very simple. What we're going to show you guys today is very simple things. You can outsource it. There's so much stuff you can do so you can avoid making the videos. Really, what you guys need to understand is you just need to get the client, and everything else will fall into place. Everything else is so easy, and we'll cover all of that today so you guys don't have to worry about any of that. And again, I hate selling. I had zero selling experience, and when I first started, I didn't even have a YouTube channel set up for this local stuff. Like, I literally had nothing. I went out and sold, got the check, and once I had that money, then I started figuring everything else out. For me, my biggest asset was I had my wife and I had my son on the way, and I was committed to giving them the best life possible. Like I said, I didn't want my wife to have to go work a full-time job with our son here. I wanted her to be able to stay home with him and not have to put him in daycare. For me, personally, that was like my biggest motivation, and that's what really drove me to just figure everything out.
I love that.
Worked.
Yeah. I think that's important. I think that's really, really important. So
yeah,
what we want to do is we've been talking your ear off enough, and I hope you guys are really excited. I hope you get how powerful this is and how this can be. What we're going to do is Brandon shared the 3 steps, and what we're going to do is he's going to break down each step now into a little bit more detail, and then in a moment, Brandon's going to talk about step 1 for the remainder of the call and give you a 7-step strategy for it's awesome. So let's talk about these 3 steps. Getting the client is step 1, and Brandon's going to keep telling you over and over again, all you got to do is get the client. Get that first client, get that first check, and we'll show you the rest, okay? Get the results for the client, and then deploy the profit maximizer. So let's go into a little bit of detail now, Brandon, about what these steps are.
Yeah, so step number 1 is getting the client. And again, you guys, this isn't about being that slick salesman or the saleswoman or putting on these big fancy presentations. I mean, literally anyone can do this. It's not, you don't have to say the right magic words to get someone to buy this product or your service that you're going to be offering. all you're doing is putting together a simple selling system that gets clients for you. Then these are clients that don't really need to be sold or convinced that you are the right choice. And so there's another one of my checks right there that we've got for $1,425. And when you guys can put these simple systems into place, it's very common and easy to get checks like that, if not bigger. So that's what step one is all about. And before we get any farther, we should probably talk about the authority pyramid, because when you guys can understand this, everything just becomes way easier. And I'll let James go ahead and talk to you guys about this.
Cool. So getting the client, it sounds really easy, but there's a difference between getting a $200 client and a $2,000 client. And we want to make sure that we can bypass that first year of business that Brandon had to experience, so that we can get you to a six-figure level, or at least at a level where you're getting the $2,000 paychecks and not $200. And so it really comes down to understanding this concept that will help everyone here, no matter what your marketing or branding or your niche is. And this is called the authority pyramid. So some of you guys might have heard this before, but it basically is the concept that there is a direct correlation with the money you make, or the income or the revenue or the sales that you generate, and your ability to uniquely position yourself in the marketplace. Just think of Apple versus Dell computers, right? Apple and Mac computers can position themselves better in the marketplace. So what do you know? They get to charge higher prices. Better positioning equals higher perceived value. Higher perceived value means more revenue, as we shared with you at the beginning of this call. So here's how this breaks down, and we'll start at the bottom, which is the generalist. So the generalist is the person that has no marketing. They really didn't take any effort to create any type of branding, and so then they kind of become like what I think of when I think of the generalist. I think of the handyman. He's the jack of all trades who can do everything and anything. He can fix your sink, or he can get your car to fix the spark plugs on your car. He does it all, and because of that, he can't really charge high prices. And if we were to use a fitness analogy, let's go into the fitness vertical and look at that. That's our 24-hour fitness instructor. You know what I'm talking about. The people that probably go to 3 weeks of a certification, and they wear the big shirt that says trainer on the back. They're probably taking home $16 an hour to be a 24-hour fitness instructor. I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying their perceived value is not very high, especially when there's 20 of them walking around in a 24-hour fitness gym. If you want to increase your sales, your revenue, and charge higher prices, you need to elevate yourself above the generalist. And it's going to do something that might be it's really easy to do, but it's really hard for people to do it. And that is to specialize. That's to cut away all this stuff. If you're the handyman, it's saying stop doing everything from window treatments to painting and woodwork and welding, and just specialize in one thing. You see, a lot of people think that when you specialize or pick only one thing, that you're saying no to a lot of clients and you're going to lose a lot of money. But that's so the opposite. That's so backwards. When you specialize, you pick one thing, you become the best at it, and you charge higher prices. Okay, so the great example of this is someone who specializes in something in fitness, like a TRX trainer, or a kettlebell trainer, or a yoga instructor, or a Pilates instructor. Obviously, you know that they charge more than the 24-hour fitness instructor does, right? Because they specialize in one thing. But if you want to make more money than that, if you want to raise your prices even more, you have to elevate yourself to the next level, and that's to the authority level. So how do you become an authority? See, an authority can charge more than a generalist and a specialist combined. So how do you become the authority? The most simple and easiest way is to teach. The moment you have an answer to people's questions and they listen, you become the authority. It's that easy. The moment Brandon hops on this webinar and starts talking about his results and how to get local video clients, he has gone from specialist to authority. And he gets to charge higher prices because of that. Okay? So hopefully you guys get that. But at the top, the highest level, this is the celebrity authority. Now, a celebrity authority is just an authority that's well known. Paris Hilton is a celebrity. She hasn't done a single darn thing with her life, but she's well known, so she's a celebrity. So it doesn't take any accomplishment. It doesn't take any certifications or awards. It just takes social approval, right? And a great example of this is Jillian Michaels. Now, whether you love or hate Jillian Michaels, I don't care. But she can put her name on anything and make a lot of money with it when a 24-hour fitness instructor can't. So this is extremely powerful when it comes to branding and positioning yourself in your business. And it's exactly what Brandon said, and it's exactly what we want for you guys, is to elevate yourself to at least the specialist. Specialize in video marketing and video SEO. That will be your specialty. And the more you teach and educate your clients, the more that will transform you into an authority, which will allow you to raise your prices even more. And the more you do that, and the more well-known you become for getting results, the more you become the celebrity authority. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is the authority pyramid. Extremely powerful. I hope you guys get that and see how we can implement that. So that's step one, getting the client. Brandon, let's talk about step number 2.
Okay, step number 2, provide value and get the results for your client. At the end of the day, this is really all your clients care about. I mean, you've probably heard James say this. Business owners don't go to bed at night thinking about, hey, I need more videos. If I had more videos, I would have more clients. They don't think about that. What they want at the end of the day is more clients, more patients, more money coming into their business. So I think that's the most important thing, is you're there to sell results. That's what you're selling. You're not selling videos, but you're going to be using video as that vehicle to deliver those results they want. So you're getting the traffic and the leads from video and getting those videos ranked in Google and in YouTube. So basically what we're gonna be doing is just educating and throwing out these client getting machines for the business owner. And there's some results right there of different videos we've done in the past, different things from air conditioning all the way to real estate agents and storage units, all really, really good stuff. So that's step number 2, get the results for your clients. Now, I know there's probably some of you thinking, Brandon, James, I don't really know how to do this. But the great news for you guys is that even though James and I are ranking for big terms like video SEO and video editing and local video marketing, like James and I are the big dogs when it comes to ranking for these big terms, you don't have to rank for those big terms. Getting videos ranked for local businesses is very, very easy because we're going after geographical keywords, and that's 10 times easier than going after any of these big terms. It's not hard at all. It's extremely easy, to the point where virtually anybody can do it. Very, very simple. So that's all step number 2. Step number 3 is create the profit maximizer. And this is where I get really, really excited, because when I can implement step 1, step 2, 70% of my first-time customers come back and go with the profit maximizer. So, and I don't even have to sell them at this point, okay? So the one thing the analogy I like to use is the grocery store. And everyone out there probably has 4 or 5 grocery stores in their city, unless you're in like a small city or whatever. But the average size city has 4 or 5 different grocery stores that all sell the same products and the same brands. But I'm willing to bet you go to one grocery store over and over again. Well, why is that? Yeah, it may be because it's closer to your house, but even if you're on the other side of town and you need to get like a gallon of milk or something, you're still more likely to drive to the one that's closest to your house, the one you go to all the time, and get that gallon of milk. The reason you do that is because you're comfortable with it. You know what to expect. You know where everything is. That's the one you're familiar with, and you have a good experience there. You know exactly what you're getting when you go to that place. I mean, it's just human psychology that if you trust someone or you trust a business, you're never going to go use somebody else. And you probably even feel uncomfortable those 1 or 2 times that you do go to a different grocery store. You're like, this is weird. I'm going to get groceries. It's not normal to me. Humans like what is comfortable to them and what they're familiar with, and they don't like going outside of their comfort zone. So that's really what we're here to do, is just get customers any way possible, and we'll cover and show you guys exactly how to do that. But the reason why we're doing that is because I know anytime they want more services or anything down the road, or there's upsells or anything like that, they're going to come to me. So if I can do one video for them, give them a really great experience, do you think they're going to go hunt down someone else anytime they need another video? No. Why on earth would they do that? If they had a good experience with me, they're going to call me every single time. And the one thing you guys will notice is that even though you're doing videos for them, you're going to get calls from these people or questions wanting to do your social media, websites, anything online. They're just going to recognize you and they'll come to you for that. Whether you want to do that or not, that's up to you. But my point here is that our goal is to have the biggest customer database that we can possibly get. And we're going to break that down for you guys today in about 7 steps.
Really quick, I want to bring up a question that someone asked Brandon last night on the call, which was great. Someone was like, well, if I do this for someone, aren't they going to also want a landing page or a website that you drive traffic to from the video? And couldn't I provide that as well? And it's like, if that's what you want to do, you absolutely can. But the point at the end of the day that we're trying to get across here is that smart business owners always invest in things that make them money. And if you can get them results in advance and make them money right away, they're gonna get that thing in their head. Okay, so I just keep giving you money and I keep making more money. Okay, got it. And they just keep coming back to you. And that's what Brandon has been able to do. And we'll show you in a moment how he's actually been able to put recurring income into his business, so people are paying him month after month just to keep getting the results. So these are the 3 steps, guys. We just kind of briefly went over them. Really simple, right? You got to get the client first. You get paid to get the results. The results are video ranking on Google and YouTube. And then we come back and we deploy the Profit Maximizer. We'll explain that in more detail, but that's basically how to do back-end, repeat, and recurring sales so that you increase the lifetime value of your customer. What we want to do for the remainder of this presentation to just give you the most value possible is break down. This is personally my favorite strategy that Brandon uses of one of 9 ways that Brandon uses on a day-to-day basis to get new clients. These are cold clients that did not know him yesterday and are now giving him money. Okay, and this is such a cool way. And again, what Brandon has been emphasizing, this is a selling system. This isn't about actually cold calling or knocking on doors or walking into businesses and getting rejected 20 times before you get a yes, which I don't think anybody wants to do that this day and age. Okay, we're not going to be like door-to-door salesmen and saleswomen here. So this is called the reciprocal review. Really, really cool strategy. Brandon, why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about what this is?
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is creating a loss leader review video for a potential client. We're going to get it ranked, and we're going to use that video to get our foot in the door and hopefully get them to bigger opportunities, which is the Profit Maximizer. Now, for those of you guys who don't know what a loss leader is, basically what we're doing is some kind of work or some kind of marketing for someone or making some kind of offer or product, even if it's at a loss. Like our job here in this stage is to just get them as a client. I don't care if they pay you $1, I don't care if they pay you $97 or whatever they pay you. Your job at this stage is going to be creating something that they're going to buy from you, because again, we want the biggest customer database. You just need that exchange of money for some kind of product or service. And once you do that, then they go through the rest of the system we're going to have in place. And then that's when we get them to the bigger opportunities and that Profit Maximizer. So that's what a loss leader is here. And this is all done in 7 steps. Number 1 is identify the ideal client. So who do we target? And this is very important. I don't want you guys to start targeting the wrong people, because if you target the wrong people, this is what happens. You get people that are very cheap, people that can't afford it, and those are going to end up being the worst customers you can ever have in your entire life. When you can identify the right client, then that's when you start getting people giving you bigger checks and people that are less of a headache. These people will literally just write you a check and won't ask any questions, and they just are. I mean, it's like a dream come true for someone to write you a check and not ask any questions. But if you don't properly target the right people in the beginning, you're just setting yourself up for a world of hurt. So who do we target? Well, we target a business owner that actually has money, obviously. So who are these people? Well, it's people that either have high-end clients themselves or going to be high-end clients for you. People that are generally very busy. If there's a business in your area that doesn't have anyone coming in, is empty all the time, well, then probably not a good business for you to target. And then this one, I think, is so smart, and this is one that James was talking to me about, and I think this is just genius. So what we do is you do a Google search and you type in San Diego dentist or whatever industry you're going after, and you look at who's coming up in the AdWords, like who's already paying to be on that first page of Google. You go through the AdWords, you write down those businesses, and bada bing, bada boom, Google just handed you an entire list of people that are already paying to be on that first page. Now, if people are already paying to be on that first page, do you think they want more spots on that first page? I'm willing to bet the answer is yes. And you already know they're willing to invest in their business to get more business. So this is like if you can't figure out what to do, this is the one thing. If you're going to pick any of them, this is the one thing you should be doing to find.
I love this. I think this is genius right here. You guys could do this while you're watching this video. Is in a moment, Brandon's going to share his 4 favorite industries to go after. You just pick your city and one of these occupations or types of businesses, And you've got your list right here because, as Brandon said, someone who's already paying to be on the first page of Google already understands the power of Google and optimization, search engine optimization. And now you get to tell them, well, we can get YouTube videos and other pages ranked on the first page of Google for you. Would that be of value to you? And they're going to be like, yes. So, Brandon, let's talk a little bit about some go-to industries that you want to share with people.
Yeah, my top 4 are going to be doctors, and because doctors generally have a lot of money, and they do a lot of different marketing. Same with dentists and chiropractors and high-end real estate agents. In these 4 industries, the reason why they work so well is because doctors and dentists and high-end real estate agents have very high lifetime value customers, meaning every new customer they get over the course of that lifetime of that customer, it's thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Yeah, a doctor, like on the initial consultation, might get like $200 or $500 or whatever it is, but over the course of that person being the doctor's customer, that person to them could be worth like $10,000 or $20,000. Same with dentists and chiropractors, and same with high-end real estate agents who are selling multi-million-dollar houses. Every house they sell is worth thousands upon thousands of dollars. So even if you get them one client, you are going to be their godsend. Like, they are going to love you, and they're going to be willing to pay you a lot of money to do that. So if you can bring one client or patient to these people that's worth 10 grand, do you think they're going to have a problem with you charging $1,000 a month or $500 or whatever you decide to charge? No, of course not. So those are the 4 industries that I would start with. Those are the ones that have been working really well for us. So after you identify the right client to go after, the next step is gathering clients' content. And so what we're going to be doing, like I said, we're doing review videos for them. So we're going to search the company's reviews on Google. So all we're going to do is just type in the business name. Like in this example here, it says Waypoint Cafe Reviews. So just type in the address. You're going to find the reviews coming up, whether it's Yelp or Yellow Pages or Google reviews. Like, there's so many review sites out there, it doesn't matter. Just find some reviews, and you want to find the best reviews, and you just want to take 1 or 2 lines out of the best reviews and get about 5 or 6 is what we're going to be doing here. What we're going to do after we get those reviews is create a 30-second video featuring the company's positive reviews. So this is the kind of outline here of the review video. We start with the intro, and all it is just logo and some contact information, and then we have a slide, which I think is very, very important here because we want to do things ethically here. We want to do things right. We don't want to do like fake reviews. We don't want to do any of that stuff. And I think people generally have a lot of red flags that come up when they see stuff like this. So we want to make sure they know that these are real reviews from real customers, and it makes the video that more effective. And then after that, what we do is we just cycle through about 5 or 6 of the reviews, whether they're images or screenshots or it's text. I don't think it really matters. Just go through about 5 or 6 of the very best ones, and then we end with the call to action. And we put some logos up there and their contact information and tell them, call us today, all that stuff. Now, I know what you guys might be thinking, Brandon, this is ridiculous. I am not going to create all these videos for free in hopes that people are going to buy it, or maybe you don't even know what we're doing yet. But just to let you guys know, I outsource all of this for $2 a video. So all I do with my outsourcer is I just say, this is the city I want, these are the industries I want, create the videos, upload them to my YouTube channel, and then give me an Excel sheet with all the final YouTube URLs. And he does all of that for $2. All I did was go to Elance or Odesk, I can't remember which one, and I posted an ad, and I found a whole load of people that were willing to do these at $2. So I will actually do hundreds at a time and just have him go nuts with these things. And again, all I'm doing is saying, here's the city, here's the name, go crazy with it, upload it, and then when he's done, I get an Excel sheet, and then boom, I'm done. And then we go on to step number 4 at that point.
And I gotta say really quick, this is awesome. And inside the program, we actually give you the process maps, so you can already give the tools and the system to a virtual assistant or a local personal assistant or someone you find on Odesk. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel for this. So, and we'll talk about the program as soon as we're done with this. But let me just recap where we're at so far. 3 steps, and these first 3 steps are like super simple. Number 1, go to Google and type in dentist city, or chiropractor and your city. Chiropractor Pasadena, and a city next to you would be a great place to start. And find some of the target some clients that are doing paid advertising. Okay, that's step 1. Step 2 is do the research. Find their testimonials and reviews, whether it's from Yelp or whatever. Step 3, turn those reviews into a 30 to 60 second video. And I mean, you can just look at this. This is like a keynote PowerPoint type video. It's very simple, doesn't take a lot of time or effort, and as Brandon said, you can outsource it. So hopefully you guys can get this so far. It's really, really simple. In a moment, we're going to tell you how this is all going to pay off. Right now, you might be like, why am I doing this for free? You're going to see in a moment. So Brandon, let's go ahead and talk about step number 4.
Yeah, so step number 4, and again, this is outsourced. I don't even upload the videos. My outsourcer just does it for me. So what we do is we take the uploaded video or the finished video and we upload it to YouTube. And all we're going to do is just title it the business name plus review plus city. So in this case, it's Waypoint Cafe Reviews, Camarillo, California. A very short description. You definitely want to make sure that the business name is in there. You want to make sure the word reviews is in there. You want to make sure that the city, put their address and stuff like that. Don't overcomplicate it. It's very simple, just very, very basic description. And then what we do is we add in some tags on the video as well. So things like the business name review, the industry they're in, and a few other competitors. And the reason why we put competitors in there is because we want this video to hopefully come up for competitors' names as well. It's just a nice little bonus that we like to do here. And then the fourth and final thing we do is we add an annotation over the video. And I never used to do step 4, but what ended up happening is when I started doing hundreds and hundreds of these videos, I started to get calls from business owners that I had not done a video for. And what they were doing is they were looking up reviews on their competitors to see what everyone in the area was saying about their competitors. And then they would stumble across my video, and then they would somehow would find like my channel and how to, eventually found my phone number. I didn't even have it listed anymore, so I don't know how they did it. But they found me, and they would call me and want me to make a review video for them. So that's when the light bulb went off and said, I need to put an annotation on top of every single of these videos saying, show off your reviews in a video like this for your business, call blah, 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 and ask how you can get it for free. Now, just so you guys know, that is not the business model. We're not just sending all these out, hoping people find the videos and call us, although it's just a nice little bonus you can do, okay? So let's get into step number 5, which is letting it rank. So basically what we're doing here is we're picking very, very easy keywords to get ranked for. I mean, these are keywords that will just rank on their own. Because what we're gonna do is just prove to the business owner we can do videos, we can get the results, we can get videos ranked. And again, you guys, at this point in time, they don't even know we're doing this yet, okay? So when you upload the videos, it could take 10 minutes, it could take 10 days. Sometimes it's just very different. There's not really a set number on it. Sometimes it could take longer than 10 days, but we've literally had videos ranked in a few minutes. And the more you do, the better it's going to become and the easier it's going to become because you're creating a really strong channel. You're giving YouTube a channel that has consistent videos being uploaded to it. People are commenting and seeing it. So over time, your videos are going to start ranking very, very easy. So again, what we're doing here is just creating a video and getting it ranked for very simple keywords. And the business owners aren't going to know that this is a very easy keyword and that's why it's ranking. All they're going to see is their video on page 1.
Yeah, I think ego pops in and they like, ooh, my business is showing up when you type this in. They're really excited. So what you guys can start to see here in 5 steps, all we're doing is making a video for the business that brags about them. And this is called results in advance. And that's what business owners want to see, especially when all these people out there are saying, we'll get you Twitter followers and Facebook fans. No. We're going to get you results first because that's all you care about. And step 6 is really where the magic comes in. So we have to do a little bit of work up front, but this is so you can get your foot in the door and charge higher prices. So yeah, I love this.
Can we go back to that slide real quick, James? I want to drive home one point here. When you look at the reviews that are coming up, like this place generally has pretty good reviews. It's like 4 out of 5 stars on the Yelp and 4.5 down below, but some of them aren't that good. And even 4 out of 5 is not 100%. Our video has 100% positive reviews. And so when a business owner can see that something's coming up, when people are looking up the reviews, that's 100% positive reviews, they're going to absolutely
that's a good point.
Love it.
Yeah, I like that. Okay, this is the magic steps. Step number 6.
Step number 6, contact the business owner. So now you've done the video, you've done the work, it's time to let them know that video exists and get them into the sales process here. So all we're going to do is just send them an email. And the subject line is going to be something like, your business video looks really good on Google. Now, if you're a business owner and you didn't pay anyone to make a video for you or get a video on Google and you get an email like that, are you going to click on it and open it? Yes, of course you are. The curiosity is just going to be absolutely killing you. because you have no idea what these people are talking about. So you open it up, and all it's going to say is, we finished this video for you and we got it ranked because we really like your business. And there's one thing we should probably add in here as well, which I'll talk about in a second. But all you're going to say is, we can either leave it up there for free, but it has our information on it, or we can give you a set of revisions, remove the annotation, and give you the video file so you can put it up on your website and keep it ranked for $47 or $97. Now, the one thing I would add in there as well is say something like, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to Google and do a search for Waypoint Cafe reviews. And so what they're going to do is
you can also do like a screenshot, like we took a screenshot of a previous page and attach that in the email and be like, look, here it is, like with an arrow. Here you go check for yourself.
Yeah, because you want them to discover this on themselves, by themselves. You want them to either open up that image or go to Google themselves and be like, oh my gosh, like that is so cool. And when they get that so cool moment where like, oh my gosh, this is awesome, they're like super pumped up on it and they're excited. And again, you guys, this is where the loss leader is created. This is the loss leader right here. So basically what we're doing, and I don't care what price you guys charge, we've done it for 47, we've done it for 97, we've tried 197, but generally 47 to 97 is fine. But I don't care if you do it for $1. It doesn't matter. The whole point here is to exchange money for some kind of product or service you did. So if you can't sell this for $1, then you probably need to rethink something, because this is like a no-brainer. So that's really what we're doing here, is like saying, look what we did. It's a no-brainer if you want us to remove our contact information, give you some revisions, and keep it ranked for you.
Yeah, so, and step 6 is where Brandon was when we met 2 years ago. He was doing this for $100 to $200, and that's where he stopped. And so step 7 is like the real step, and that's the profit maximizer. Now, in a moment, we're going to reveal that. But what we wanted to do, Brandon's got a gift for you that we're going to give to you guys at the end of this video, which is basically the exact emails that he uses. Plus, he's got another email strategy that he uses to get the client. So I think this is extremely important, and we don't want you reinventing the wheel. This is a lot of what our course is. It's just like the exact templates, swipe files, and process maps. So everyone here watching this is going to get a PDF swipe file of the email copy that Brandon uses to close these clients. So I think that's pretty exciting. But step number 7, I'll let Brandon share with that in a moment. But I really do believe this is the magic step. If you're going to do this, you can't skip this step. And this is where Brandon's big fat checks come in. So you want to talk a little bit about this?
Yeah, the profit maximizer. This is where it gets really, really fun and really exciting. And as you can see, like when I first got started, I started charging a minimum of $1,000, or I guess $999 as that first check says. So right around $1,000 is the very first one. But you can see this gradual increase. The more I've done it, and the more confident I got, and the more I've realized how much you can actually charge. We've gone from $1,000 to like $1,400, $1,500. And then the one I'm most proud of is a $6,000 check we got for doing some videos. I mean, absolutely amazing. I mean, you guys, there's no limit on the amount you can charge. If you can find the right client who's willing to pay that, which is not very hard to do, just follow exactly what we've laid out for you already. You can find these high-paying clients that are going to pay you lots and lots of money. So deploying the profit maximizer is, once you go through the 6 steps and you've gone and you sold them that video for $1 or 47 or 97, it's now time to give them the file. So if they want revisions, you make the revisions. If they want the file and put it on their website, you need to set up a meeting to deliver it. So once you make that transaction, call them or email them and be like, hey, we set it all up, so let's hop on a meeting because there's a couple things I have to go over with you with the video, and we have to deliver the files and stuff like that. So you set up the meeting. Hopefully it's in person, but if they're like in a city that's really far away or something like that, you can just do it over the phone. And you get on this call and you talk about the video, you deliver it to them, you tell them what you did, how it's ranking, all of that good stuff, and that you're going to keep it ranked and all that good stuff. And before you end the call, what you do is you tell them, just so you know, we actually have one spot open for this keyword, and this is what everyone's looking for. So in the Waypoint Cafe example, it would be like Camarillo restaurants. You say, this is great and stuff, but what people are really looking for in Google is Camarillo restaurants. They want to know, like, what are the best restaurants, and that's what a lot of people are searching for. And we have that spot available. As you can see, there's no one that's even coming up with a video, and you can see how powerful it is because the thumbnail's there. So what we've done is you're our first meeting of the day. We have a couple other restaurants in Camarillo we've done review videos for, and we have meetings scheduled them today and then going into next week. So if you want that spot, let me know because it will fill up. If you don't, there's no pressure, no big deal. That's fine. We'll go to one of the competitors we have meetings with, and this spot will fill up. So if you want it, let me know. If not, we're gonna go over to the next meeting right now. And that's
and I got to interrupt you because this is so great because what Brandon's doing again, he's not selling. He's sitting here and he's saying, I've got this spot available and I'm going to put a video there and I'm going to get something ranked and it's either going to be you or your competitor, and because we're meeting here today, I'm giving you first right of refusal. You in or you're out. And it becomes so much easier then, especially once you've educated them as an authority. Hey, these are the real keywords that your audience is searching for, and whoever's there is going to be getting the business. They're going to be getting the traffic, either you or them. So let's talk about, this is like the magic question that everyone wants to know. So how much do you charge?
Yeah, so what we do is we position it, and like James said, we're not selling, we're giving them the opportunity to be where their clients are. That's all we're doing. And so when we do this, that's why we can charge these big checks, because they're going to want this before their competitors. They're going to want to be where their customers are searching. So what we've done is we've charged, I limit myself at 1,000. I won't go underneath 1,000 for one of these videos, but we're right around 2,000 now. And like you saw before, we've even gone up to 6,000. But I think for a good range to make this a very, very lucrative business is to stay right in the $1,000 to $2,500 range for the production only. And you'll get a good feel for this the more you do it, what someone can afford and how much the business owner can put out and stuff like that. But don't be afraid to go in there and charge $2,500. And if you can tell that they're kind of like, in shock, that's a little higher than they thought, then tell them, well, what's going to work for you? If I can make it work, I will. And then they'll come back with a number. And then what you're doing is you're not lessening your value. All you're doing is making it look like you're willing to work with them because you appreciate their business. So, and I think that's a very important thing to keep in mind. But then what we do is we get it ranked and we charge $200 to $500 a month for the residual ranking. So this means we're going to get you ranked, we're going to keep you ranked, we're going to charge you a monthly fee to do that because we have to do monthly work and you're going to be getting new customers on a monthly basis. But the one thing we do tell them is you're only going to pay if you're ranked. So the way I've structured this with my clients is I tell them you pay for 2 months of the video SEO work, and you're going to pay the first 2 months whether or not you're ranked because we have to do the initial work and it's a pretty long process. We're not even going to be profiting at all. It's just all we're doing is just putting this money in, getting the video ranked. And then after that, it's monthly, but you're only getting charged if you're ranked because I only want you to pay if you're actually getting customers. So after the first 2 months, you only pay if you're on the first page. And there's no SEO companies out there that are willing to do that. Most SEO companies charge them regardless of anything. So when a business owner hears that, they're going to be through the roof. They're going to be super excited, and it's just a no-brainer to them.
So let's take a step back here and just look at this from a whole nother angle here. Basically, what Brandon does is makes a video and uploads it to YouTube and gets paid $2,000 plus $500 a month, basically for infinity until that video doesn't rank anymore. And if we just did a year, like $500, what is that? $6 grand plus the original two. So all of a sudden, one video and one client is worth $8 grand over the course of 12 months. Not too shabby. And then you just need to say, okay, well, how many other clients do I need, and how many people can I get on this residual reoccurring income? Where once because as you guys will know, once you learn how to get these videos ranked properly, they just sit there. You really don't need to be doing a lot of work once they're up there. And we have videos that are years that been on Google for years, and you don't have to touch them.
Yeah, and here's the thing to think about this: when you're getting $8 grand a year from one client, you have 12 clients. That's $100,000 a year. So It's not like you need hundreds and hundreds of clients. It's really not that hard when you break it down.
I love that. This is so exciting. I hope this is why we're doing this. So I hope you guys are finding value in this. So again, this is a really simple strategy. From the 50,000 foot view, all Brandon is doing is doing a results in advance selling system to say, hey, let me create the results for you in advance to get my foot in the door. Now that I got your attention, here's what else I can do for you. So he proves his worth first, he gets them results first, and then he shows them what else is possible. In 7 steps, here they are all together on one slide. Step number 1, we identify the ideal client. We can do this by just looking at AdWords. What local clients are using AdWords? If they're paying for Google Ads, it means they are finding value in being inside of Google. And that's the result we're getting them, right, with YouTube videos. Step number 2 is to gather the client's content and the reviews, the testimonials, the feedback, etc., and turn that into a 30-second review video with like keynote slides, something that Brandon outsources for $2. Then we just upload it and optimize it on YouTube. We wait for it to rank. We come back to the business owner and we say, look at what we did. Here it is for $50 if you want to keep it. If they say yes, which Brandon, you told me you had a 100% success rate every time you make the offer. Is that correct?
Yeah, so if we get a reply back from the business owner about like the video being cool and they really appreciate it and stuff, 100% of them will take me up on the offer, whether it's 97 or $1 or something like that. We've never had someone not do it, which is amazing.
I love it. Yeah, sometimes you just don't have the means to contact them, like a bad email or something like that.
Yeah, sometimes a business owner will just not reply, but if they reply to you, I've had a 100% success rate on getting them set up a meeting and we move forward to the next step.
Yeah. And step 7 is deploy the profit maximizer, which is the back-end sales with reoccurring, which I think is just genius, which is how you can turn a $1 or a $97 client into a $8,000 plus a year client, and that's with only one video. If you want to say, well, you want to tackle, and Brandon, you've told us that how you've had clients come back with either different businesses or different keywords, or they'll have the same business but with multiple locations. Is that correct?
Yeah, multiple locations. We've had that before. I've even had I finished the video for someone. I hadn't gotten ranked yet, and then they told me they want me to do all their social media management too, and I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here?
What am I doing?
And I was like, all right.
That's awesome.
And then I didn't even tell you. We did a video for someone a year ago, and they just came back like last week, and now we're doing a $2,000 video for them. And like I hadn't talked to them or done anything. I hadn't sent them any follow-up emails. But again, it goes back to what I was saying. When you're your customer, they're not going to look for someone else. They're going to come to you for everything. So it's amazing.
Yeah. So I want you to talk a little bit really quickly about this. We wrote some blurb there, but doing one video is awesome. But in this type of business, if you don't do it properly, the more clients you get, the more stress you get, and the more workload, and we don't want that. So is this scalable? Is this something that's possible to do, Brandon, where you don't have to be like killing yourself and working 60 hours a day just to get the job done?
Yeah, I mean, this is totally scalable. Like I said, we're not just out there and creating a business that's like, oh, 1 week I have 1 client, oh, this week I have 2. It's what we're doing is we're putting systems in place, and that's something we can depend on. Because once you do this and you get your numbers, okay, when I put $200 in and I get 100 of these videos done and I send out those emails, I know that I'm gonna get this many meetings and I know I'm gonna get this many profit maximizer videos. So when you can have a system in place, you can scale through the roof. I mean, it's insane. And like I told you guys before, beginning of this year, I made the conscious decision to say, I worked my butt off to get to this point. I want to take this year off and just kind of relax and spend time with my family. But moving into 2015, I'm going to scale this thing through the roof, because I know when I spend X amount of dollars on these review videos and my marketing systems, I'm going to get X amount of dollars on the back end. So by the end of 2015, I'm going to be at high 6 figures or low 7 figures, because I know exactly what to do, because I have these systems and I know exactly what to invest into each one of my marketing funnels and what it's going to produce on the back end.
That's so cool.
But the only way you can scale is by putting these systems into place. You can't scale if you don't have a system where it's going to spit out X amount of dollars in the back end.
And that's really and that's really what we're here to give you is the tools to automate and scale, so that you're not just replacing one job for another and just working longer and harder hours. So again, these are the 3 steps to the local video method. Step 1 is get the client, and we went ahead and showed you a very specific step-by-step, 7-step method for getting the client. The next step, and like Brandon and I will just keep saying, just get the client, just get that first client. We'll show you an example of a really cool case study in a moment of one of our students who did that first. Like, just get the money, get them the signed check, and that'll give you the confidence to go out and get the results. Now that's step 2, and for some of you, you might be like, I have no idea, and blah, blah, blah. And that's really what our course is going to help you with. Brandon is a genius because he's been doing this for so long, and he gets paid to get the results. So he's just going to show you exactly how he's getting these videos ranked, the right way to do it, the wrong way to do it, how to avoid all the spammy junk that's out there, like buying views and likes, the things that will get your channel banned, and how to do it the right way, the organic way, so that your videos are immune to any Google slaps. They'll stay there, and they'll stay there for a really long time, and as long as they stay there, you get paid. And then obviously how he comes back to the clients, offers them more services, and is able to deploy the profit maximizer, so he's making a ton of money with this. So the question I want you guys to ask, and we asked this on the webinar, we got a lot of yeses, so hopefully you guys can just shout in front of your computer screen. We won't be able to hear you, but if Brandon and I were able to sit down with you one-on-one and personally show you how to get even just 2 to 3 clients that could be worth $8,000 a year in your first week, do you think you'd be able to do this? With the information we've given you here today, and the information we have inside our program, do you think you'd be able to do this? Could you see yourself doing it? And really, the next question is, how much would that be worth to you? The way I look at any type of business, guys, is it's basically a dance of interlocking systems that work together. And the way I look at this specific business, this local video agency business, whether you want to do it part-time and just get a few clients on the side, or you want to just dive in straight head first, if there's 2 systems that are working together, the first is a client attraction strategy or a client attraction system. And as Brandon had said, he's got videos out there, he's got a team of outsourcers that are deploying these client attraction magnets. And then once he gets people to a yes, he just has to do the video SEO part. We want to show you how to do both of these and show you how to systematize them. Just follow the steps, follow the system, and get the results yourself. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this content and this presentation. As I told you at the beginning, we did this to a very small group of people that are already students of Video Traffic Academy. So I'm not sure why you showed up today, why you watched this presentation, whether you're on the live one or just watching this replay. Maybe you already have a local marketing business and you're just frustrated that you're not getting the clients or the business that you want, or the prices and the rates that you want. You know, maybe you're getting clients, but you're just not charging enough, and you're at a place right now where you're like, it's just not worth it. I'm bending over backwards for these clients, and they're asking the world of me, and I'm getting paid only a couple $100.